Do you get envious of girls who seem to have the perfect hair all the time? Well, personally, I have no idea how they do it because let's face it, some of us don't even have the time or like me, the patience to do our hair every single time before we go out. But guess what, girls? I found a place that can save us from all the bad hair days. Introducing Dry Parlor, KL's very first blow-dry bar established by a group of people, and one of them is Getaway. Dry Parlor does not cut or color. They just give the best wash and blow dry. And you know what? It only takes 45 minutes and you're ready to go.
Hi Megan.
Hello.
In the mirror.
I love my beach hair though. Thank you so much for...
Actually, the beach head is one of our signature styles.
Yeah.
So it was inspired by Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, like Kate Moss, you know, so it's slightly fashion forward.
And man, this is all done with a hair straightener. I didn't know that you could do this. Yeah, and I love the concept of this place. Is this what you like to do, like pamper yourself?
To be honest, I kind of got into this because I thought it was a great business idea. And then, you know, throughout the process of setting up the business, obviously now I have learned about good hair and the importance of having good hair. I guess when you look good, there is a certain confidence that comes with it, you know, and when their spirits are lifted because their hair looks great, it makes us feel great.
Okay, now tell us something that we may not know about you, like your little quirks or...
Whenever I'm in a situation, I always imagine the worst possible outcome.
You're a negative thinker?
No, I like to prepare for the worst possible outcome.
Right.
Think of the worst possible scenario and then I mentally run through in my head what I would do to save myself.
I'm curious though, how were you like growing up? Because like right now you're a strong, independent woman, but growing up, were you always a tomboy type or?
No, I was very active.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really because of myself. It was, I think, more because to do with my family and my dad and his interests and his hobbies. As you grow older and when you start working in the fashion industry, you start to pay attention to what you wear, what you do, and what you dress. And I think that first impressions are actually very important. So I guess the idea of vanity, I think if you're vain just for the sake of being vain, then I think that that's probably something that you have to work on.
Okay. Getaway has studied in different places around the world, such as Singapore, London, and Massachusetts. It was an important and eye-opening process for her to be able to experience different cities through the eyes of a student.
I mean, it doesn't have to be studying, you know, but I think at some point, obviously, you know, just to leave and just to experience new things is always a good thing. And it toughens your skin a little bit as well, you know.
And you have to make new friends, adapt to a new environment.
And so actually when you take that jump, I think it requires an immense amount of courage. And I think that there is a lot of courage in being vulnerable. And I think that when you are able to take that first step, then, you know, you are you're on your way to being pretty much ready for anything.
You know what, you should write a book, man. Like a motivation. She always sounds so intelligent no matter what she says. And this is her after working hours. So imagine her as a powerful and capable corporate lady who won't take no for an answer. Well, outside of Dry Parlor, she's the managing director of Portfolio Network, a company which Tongue in Cheek is a part of. Fashion has always been about standing out and making statements, but now blending in is the new standing out. Introducing the normcore trend. Firstly, forget about accessories and just adopt a plain outfit. Go with a simple sweater cardigan like this. No prints, no patterns, no whatsoever. You can pair it with your everyday jeans and flats, wear your hair natural, and you're good to go. But if this is too plain for you, you can also kick it up a notch. Playing with neutrals is key. Stick to whites, blacks, or dark blues. A slightly bejeweled white top wouldn't hurt if you don't want to blend in too much. This trend would usually stay away from heels, but if you can't live without them, well, pick a pair of plain black palms with slightly shorter heels to kinda look normal. So if you're tired of the fast-changing fashion trends, go plain and blend in with the crowd instead, because normal is the new cool. By night, Getaway manages a blow-dry bar with her friends. But I've never really seen how she's like when she's in serious work mode during the day. So today, I decided to crash her office and pay her alter ego a visit. Did you know that there are 18 women working here? That's insane!
Tongue in Cheek is a website for women, young ladies. It's a fashion site, and when we first started out, it was probably the only fashion and beauty site in Malaysia at the moment. It was started by Joyce Wong from Kinky Blue Fairy, as well as Adrian Yap from Freeform. So I can't take credit for founding it. I kind of took it over in 2010 and started running it for about 2 years.
She's pretty much the jack of all trades, working as a shoe buyer, to a set designer, to a creative consultant, to an editor-in-chief, and now as a managing director. This is why I call her the superwoman. This woman can do anything.
You are the managing director of Portfolio Networks. What is that like? I mean, when you first took on that role, was it nerve-wracking? Because I would imagine like getting into a new position from, you know, everything that you've done in the past. What was it like?
It is nerve-wracking because, you know, you're suddenly in a position of leadership, running a ship in which you don't know the map of the sea very well. You know, it's obviously still quite new to me. The benefits of being a digital media network is that as an overall industry, digital media is evolving and changing as we go along. And so there are really no, I guess, you kind of make up the rules as you go along. And a lot of it is just trusting your gut. So in some ways, like being in a position of leadership without having a mentor also kind of has its benefits because you don't really do things the way that it used to be, and you have to be almost like a forced clairvoyant in being able...
Well, that's a huge word. I don't even know what that means.
You know, being able to, I guess, lead the way and kind of see like trends as they happen before they happen.
Right. So where do you get all this confidence from?
It comes with the comfort of knowing that you have a good team around you.
Yeah.
And I think my staff are incredibly talented and they're incredibly hardworking. And I think when you have talent around you, that is automatically a vote of confidence because you have confidence in your team. That is something that's very important, is that to surround yourself with the right people.
Right. So you've seen the best and the worst in like both male and female dominated kind of industry. If you compare both,
what happens is that you have to stop defining male and female. And I don't necessarily feel that as a woman you have to work a little harder to prove yourself, because you're really more focused on your work and the results of what you do, and I think that is far more important. As women, the biggest struggle is the fight to recognize that women are physiologically different from men. For example, like women by nature are a little bit more emotional than men. There's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, we are a little bit more emotional than men. I think there are a lot of good qualities that comes with that, being able to embrace your emotions. The struggle really is to allow women that space within the workspace to be emotional and not necessarily see it as a sign of weakness. Sometimes when I am stressed out at work, I go to the toilet and I have a cry, and then I come out and, you know, people are like, oh, where you go? I was like, oh, I just went to the toilet to have a cry and I feel much better now, let's get on with it.
having said that though, like you would step away and like go to the toilet and cry and never show your weakness in front of other people. Is that how you do it, or?
No, it's just a little bit more convenient, I think.
Right. Because we don't want to look ugly in front of other people when you cry.
And also, like, you know, you don't want to disturb people, but that's pretty much the only reason why.
Jiawei truly personifies a strong woman. And as she said, it's okay for us girls to be emotional and tough at the same time. And speaking of tough girls, I think this busy woman needs a breather. Maybe I should treat her to a relaxing beach getaway very soon. Korean actresses are always envied for the flawless skin and natural-looking makeup. Let me share with you some tips on how to look like a Korean star today. Achieving a natural and flawless base is the most important step in Korean makeup. With a fully moisturized face, mix an equal amount of foundation and hydrating primer and apply it all over your face. Next, cover those dark eye circles with a concealer that matches your skin tone. Then, remove excess shine on your face with some loose setting powder. Don't use a formula that is too matte because you still want to maintain the natural glow in your face. Keep your eye makeup minimal. Use a pastel eyeshadow all over, followed by a medium brown color to define your upper and lower lash line. With a black liquid liner, just draw a simple line. Make sure the line is not too thick or it won't look natural. Next, curl your lashes and apply foldies to give your lashes a boost. Bend the lash band to soften them and make it easier to handle. Just apply some lash glue and stick them on. Cover your lashes with a nice coat of mascara and voila, you're done with the eyes. After that, apply a pink blush on the apples of your cheeks for a natural and youthful flush. Now for the lips. Cover the outline with concealer and blend with your finger. Apply some loose powder to set the concealer. Then apply a rosy pink lipstick with some extra color in the center. Use a cotton bud to diffuse the corners. This creates a gradient lip color that's very popular in Korea. Finally, keep your eyebrows natural. Fill them in with just a bit of brow powder if you need to. That's it! Wasn't that easy? Just remember that the secret to Korean makeup is less is more. So don't cake up your makeup. Good luck! If you've always wondered what it feels like to live like royalty in the 17th century, then this is the perfect place to be. Jiawei and I have just arrived here at Tanjong Jaya Resort, a place inspired by the elegance and grandeur of Malay palaces in the 1600s. I thought this would be a great opportunity for both of us to get away from the stresses in the city and just, be one with nature in this beautiful and serene sanctuary.
And leave inspired.
Jiawei, do you like what you're seeing so far?
Yes, it's exactly the sort of place that I will come to get away from everything.
Awesome. Then get ready to experience age-old Malay traditions and to be treated like princesses.
I like the sound of that.
After you, princess.
Why, thank you.
Situated on the east coast of Peninsula Malaysia and sheltered by towering palm trees, the resort is serviced by people who continuously uphold timeless traditions. It is a place to relax and take some time off to rediscover ourselves. But first, we need to go out into the sea. So we took a 45-minute boat ride out to a beautiful island offshore of Dungun for one of my favorite activities. Jiawei, welcome back to the ocean!
Thank you.
How does it feel to be back after so long?
It feels absolutely amazing and I can't wait to get into the water.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing our thing in Pulau Tenggol, and I was told that this is one of the best diving spots in Malaysia, and I can't wait to jump into the water.
Yeah, let's get off this boat.
Let's do a little warm-up session first. How do you
Sure.
feel about snorkeling?
I love snorkeling.
Awesome, we've got our masks ready. Let's go. Pulau Tenggol is a small island in the South China Sea which forms a part of the Terengganu Marine Park. It is only 3 kilometers in length and 2 kilometers in width. However, this doesn't prevent it from becoming a paradise for many people, especially diving enthusiasts. Oh my goodness, being on the surface is such a tease. I want a closer view. Enough of snorkeling, we want to go diving! This island is a well-kept secret among divers. Its rich seabed is home to possibly the greatest marine biodiversity in the world. With over 20 different dive sites to offer, the colorful marine life includes soft and leather corals and a variety of hard corals. The underwater world here houses a collection of nudibranchs, sea turtles, parrotfish, Napoleon fish, and a variety of sea slugs, just to name a few. Although we were lucky to catch the best time to dive at Pulau Tenggol, we didn't see any whale sharks or manta rays. But at least we got to see a turtle! Yay! After exploring the ocean, well, we decided to continue our exploration on land. Ah!
Okay, so remember how you said diving is like cycling?
Yes.
Once you learn it, you can never forget it, right?
Absolutely.
That gave me an idea. We're gonna go for a little joyride.
Okay.
Are you up for it?
Of course I am.
Okay, we're gonna go to Seberang Pintasan.
What's that?
It's a local fishing village, also I've heard, and I have no idea where it is. I hope it's not too far.
Well, let's go.
Okay, come on.
Our cycling excursion started off as a wonderful joyride, but it slowly turned into a really good workout. It was a great feeling witnessing the daily lives of those who live on the East Coast shores at this fishing village. Experiencing a taste of the simple and authentic Malay life for a good hour was definitely an eye-opening discovery. And as we chased the beautiful setting sun and soaked in the sea breeze, it was the best way to end the day.
After a hardcore cycling experience, I think we deserve to pamper ourselves, don't we?
Oh, for the lovely people at Spa Village to pamper us?
That's true. That's why we're here at Spa Village for our beauty treatment, and we're gonna kick things off with a traditional mandi bunga to bless our soul, bless our health, bless our beauty, bless the nature, bless. Okay.
During the Mandi Bunga session, every breath is pure refreshment, relaxation, and a journey of revival. This symbolizes what the resort calls the Suci Murni experience, which emphasizes purity of spirit, health, and well-being. I feel so blessed right now.
Bless G-Thang! Do I have flour in my face?
This therapy center features treatments for relaxation, rejuvenation, and stress relief based on traditional healing methods with a history of over 1,000 years. After being treated with such highly revered health and beauty traditions, we were dying for one last dip in the pool.
Well, I hope you like this place. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's nice to just be away from cell phones once in a while. Yeah. Anyways, what would you say is the most unforgettable experience in your life?
My greatest regret was one of my more unforgettable experiences.
What was it?
Not having the guts to pursue my dreams a little earlier. I mean, like, I have always had an interest in fashion and running a fashion site. You know, I was about 29 before I made that comment.
Right.
And I think that if I could have a do-over, I would have summoned up the courage to do it much earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I could possibly be a little further along in my career.
Right, but don't you think that those experiences that you've had, you know, in the past has kind of helped you into, you know, your career when you were 29?
It does definitely help you to a certain extent make certain decisions, but this merits in time that you spend dedicated to a specific path. And which is why I admire a lot of people who do stick to one specific path for the rest of their lives.
And the successful part, let's talk about some happy stuff.
And the success was actually, like, you know, taking the plunge and seeing the fruits of your labor very quickly on into when you actually do something that you really believe in. And you see the fruits of labor come so quickly, and I think that's amazing. I think it takes someone with a lot of enlightenment to say that they have no regrets. And I think for me to say that I have no regrets would be a lie. Obviously, if someone came and said, like, oh, you know, you can do certain things over, I would totally take the opportunity.
Really? What would you do over?
I would learn how to ride a motorbike. Earlier on in my life.
You do know now?
I don't know now. It's on my bucket list.
Okay, cool.
But I would have loved to learn how to ride a bike when I was younger and could afford to break some bones.
Okay, aside from riding a motorbike, what else is in Jiawei's bucket list?
I recently started snowboarding.
Oh,
So
nice.
I went for my first trip in January.
Was it scary?
It wasn't as scary as I thought.
Oh, right. You're not afraid of anything. How is that possible? Because you're not even roaches or bugs or creepy crawlies, but you hate one word, right?
Yeah. It just makes my skin crawl.
Moist?
Ew. Word ever in English.
What's your inspiration? Like, who inspires you?
Everyone inspires me. I think,
Including me?
Yeah, I mean, like, having the confidence to, like, just get in front of a camera and put yourself in sometimes, like, quite compromising positions, but be able to pull through. I think, you know, that is quite inspirational. So everyone I meet, I think there is something quite inspirational about them.
What would be your advice to both?
My advice to young women would be not to sacrifice their intelligence just for the sake of getting something.
I like that. Continue to be ballsy, but never sacrificing your intelligence. And to that, I say cheers.
Cheers!
Spending the past few days with Jiawei made me realize that being strong doesn't mean that you have to put aside the things that make you a woman. Because let's face it, we are emotional beings and we're not made out of stone. People are always going to tell you what or how you should behave as a woman. Probably reserved, ladylike, soft-spoken, and so. But always remember, girls, that there is no specific template as to how to be a woman. Embrace the fact that we are emotional and sensitive, thoughtful and caring, but at the same time, we can be strong and resilient. So don't let the world break your spirit, and don't ever let people define who you are. In the wise words of Beyonce, who ran the world, girl? Next week on G-Thang Year 2.
Can't you tell I'm a pro at this?
And we've got this beautiful backdrop behind us. You know, I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Get ready!